Now, in Latin America and the Caribbean, we expect airlines to earn about $1 billion in profit this year, which is up from the $700 million they earned in 2014. But while the trend line is moving in the right direction, it is lagging. This year, the region's airlines will earn just $3.53 per passenger, less than 1% of the average round-trip fare, and only half the world average in terms of the profit per passenger. If we look at Colombia and the rest of the region, there is reason to be very hopeful about the future. Aviation has always been a tough and competitive business, but from the onset it has been driven by visionaries and optimists. And the connectivity that aviation provides can be a catalyst for economic growth, and the airlines here are well positioned to play that role. But for aviation to be able to meet rising demand for connectivity, governments in the region have to do their part too. And if they do, aviation will be able to continue to foster economic and social development, job creation, and to connect economies both regionally and globally. And I'd like to highlight two areas where governments, including Colombia's, have opportunities to unleash the power of aviation's connectivity to boost their economies. And the first is being smart about how taxes and charges are levied, and the second is how to expand infrastructure efficiently and effectively. In other regions, like Europe, North America, governments too often see aviation as little more than a cash cow, and they burden passengers and airlines with high fees and taxes to fill government coffers for initiatives that have nothing to do with aviation. And unfortunately, that's also happening in many countries in your region. Did you know there are some 47 different taxes and charges in Central and South America, and 34 more for the Caribbean? And some are meant to trigger tourism, but the effect is exactly the opposite. Taxes actually harm tourism and the economy of the states that are imposing them. And the result is that aviation in the region is unable to play a bigger role in helping to grow the local economies and to create jobs. And if the goal is to increase the attractiveness of a destination, governments need to make it more affordable, not more expensive. The current airport expansion project is expected to increase the capacity of Bogotá's El Dorado from 29 million passengers per annum to 40 million within 2 years. IATA will continue to support this process and offer any expertise and guidance that's needed. And we also welcome a longer-term solution to support expected demand growth, cementing the country's key airport as a true regional hub. Already, 60% of Colombia's air traffic is concentrated in Bogotá. The airport's cargo terminal is also the busiest in Latin America. For it to flourish, smart and cost-effective investment observing global standards is what's needed.